We have immediately forgot.
We've got a pretty special episode for you today.
For the first time, we are giving you a sneak peek
behind the scenes to show you how we make
365 plus YouTube videos in 1 year.
It's a behind the scenes exclusive. Why are we doing this? Because we are thankful for you.
Hopefully this video puts a smile on your face
and shows you something you find cool or interesting.
I didn't say a single thing right.
All right, first we've got our max step count for 2024, and I think I have the maximum.
Okay, for my walking steps, I walk to my...
I will say I don't have an Apple Watch, so it's just tracking my phone, so it's not completely accurate. How do I find it? I always forget how to find it.
Before I tell you how many steps I took, I want to tell you the difference between steps and miles. Now, steps are objective. Everyone's steps are different. If you have little legs, you take more steps than I do because I'm 6'1" and I have long legs and a wide stride. Do I sound like Grandpa Breedlove yet? Well, that's fine because that's who I am.
Personally, my best this year was a little over 26,000. So 26,470 steps. That was September 20th. It was just a really heavy reporting day. We had a lot going on and I was just excited to kind of ping pong all around the parks.
My highest step count in the entire 2024 is almost 34,000 steps in 1 day.
I have 23,662 steps, and that was the day we were doing every park in Orlando.
But that's the day we did part of our mega week where we filmed a bunch of videos that week. And this particular day, I think I filmed 3 videos. I think we started with Capture the Flag, which is such a fun video. Then we did a little bit of Survivor, and then we did the perfect evening, and then I had to go back to host the finale of Survivor.
I remember when I was out filming for Mega Week, and I wasn't really tracking my steps like that until the end of the night when Breedlove was like, RJ, how many steps did you take? Because I think I did like 10 miles. I did over 10 miles in 1 day. I still can't believe it. I was like, reminding me of those days when my parents used to say, I had to walk 10 miles in school. Well, I had to walk 10 miles around Disney World.
But I really want everyone to know that my watch dies like halfway through the day. It's a little bit older, so it doesn't stay alive for most of our recordings. So I think my real number is probably much higher, I hope.
I attempted to ride every ride in Disney World and I got really, really close.
And I don't see Fry's actual step counts. I just see every ride attempt. She's probably got us all beat though. She has to take a lot more steps to get the same amount of places. I
had 30,206 steps, which equals 13.27 miles. So I basically did a half marathon.
I walked 12.2 miles on November 14th, like a couple weeks ago. And that was on a video that's not out yet. It's coming up, called Must-Dos for First Timers. And I was in all 4 parks in the same day, and I was walking like a wild man.
Every step, when I got towards that end of the day, my feet were like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. With every step, literally.
Miles are important to know because that's the actual distance a person has traveled in a day. Steps are the amount of fun little twinkle steps they took, like little Tinkerbells dancing around Walt Disney World with their tiny, cute little legs. Well, I've got big, ugly legs, but they get me far. And that's why 12.2 miles is my final answer.
I did 42,116 steps during my no sleep challenge in 2024 on day 1.
My legs would have fallen off. I'm just saying. That's crazy. The no sleep challenge. Yep, she was brave for that. That's crazy.
Quincy's 42,000 is insane. That's like, everyone else's, I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Sage, I'm surprised he has to take so many steps because his legs are so long, but Quincy's is crazy. That's crazy.
Also a personal max for me. I've never done that many steps ever before or since.
Now, the rest of 2024, I don't think I will hit because, spoiler alert, broke my foot 2 days ago. That's very real.
For AE videos, I flew 29,699 miles-ish. going to Anaheim 3 times, Tokyo once, and New York City once.
And the miles flown for work, I gotta do some math. One moment.
Daisy ate my passport, so I've flown 0 miles. But I went to Disney World every day. That was fun.
I'm not surprised that Quincy beats us all. She goes everywhere. But I feel very proud of coming in second with 23,380 down and back. Shout out to Tokyo in particular for that number.
All right, so 985 miles to go from DFW to Orlando. I need my calculator. What did I just say? Okay, 985 times 2. So I fly almost 2,000 on any trip. So that times 3. Did I only go 3 times this year?
Y'all know I live in California. I live in Riverside, California, which is the Inland Empire. Okay, so I have flown to Disney World for AllEars twice this year. All I can say is I have flown close to 3,000 miles every time, there and back. Every time I go to Florida to film with AllEars, which is a lot of miles, y'all, okay? A lot of miles.
So yeah, I went to Disney World 3 times this year for work. I live in Texas, by the way, so that's a lot. 5,910, give or take, going to Disney World 3 times.
You want to know some other fun, interesting facts? Here goes. I am the only person on the team that dedicates their entire footwear collection to flip-flops and sandals. So all the steps that I've walked in the parks more than likely are in those, minus the boots I wore to Jollywood Nights.
I dyed my hair for exactly 1 video, but I dyed it completely. I used to have red hair and now it's black hair. I went all in, I said go big or go home, and I have 0 regrets. It was a good time and I have a fun story to tell this year, so thank you, AllEars.
I'm also the most accident prone on the team, so I've taken a couple of hard falls throughout the year, one of which actually did land me in Universal's first aid. We actually wrote a post about it, so go check it out on the blog if you want to know how that ended up. Spoiler, they were fantastic in my care.
Another really fun thing, we have this app called Log Ride that I don't remember, it was either Quincy or Emma introduced it to me, and she was like, you've gotta, you know, download this, or we gotta keep our stats because we visit the park almost every single day.
It's totally free. This is not sponsored. We just really love it. And it just keeps up with your stats every time you go to a theme park. And as people who go to theme parks almost every single day, I think that that's really, really cool. So these are the stats as of early November. I'm not even finished yet with the year, but I've been to 18 different theme parks.
I have visited 20 theme parks around the world.
But basically, I visited 12 parks over the course of 2024.
I've been to the parks 137 days this year.
The most visited is Magic Kingdom. I've gone 66 times to Magic Kingdom.
I visited Magic Kingdom the most with 52 visits to Magic Kingdom.
But my most visited park is Hollywood Studios.
I have scanned into a theme park 236 times this year.
I checked in approximately 238 times over the course of the year.
I've been on 782 attraction experiences. So I've done 782 different attractions.
And experienced 278 unique attractions.
But surprisingly, the ride that I did the most in 2024 was People Mover, which, shocking no one.
My top attractions are People Mover, Tower of Terror, Slinky Dog, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and Star Tours.
And my top attractions are number 1, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror with 13 rides, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind with 12 rides, Mad Tea Party with 12 rides, and Dumbo the Flying Elephant with 11 rides.
People Mover and Star Tours, I'm not surprised by at all. They're always like a low weight, so it's really easy for us to do. But Tower? I'm so proud of myself. I feel like Emma in 2023 would not have known the Tower of Terror would be one of her number ones. So that's huge.
I also actually lost my water bottle 1 time. Truly lost my water bottle 1 time.
And my personal favorite stat for myself is this year I have been on Astro Orbiter 0 times. That's a big win and the most important stat of the whole year for me.
My current water bottle that I use is actually a replacement. My brother got me my water bottle for my birthday this year, and very soon after I left it sitting in Epcot, and I think it was picked up by somebody who did not return it to Lost and Found. So I did buy the exact same water bottle to replace it, and that one, though I have left it many, many times, has always come back. So that's what they say about a good water bottle. It always comes back.
Now we've gotten to my favorite part of this entire experience, which is the Q&A. I'm so excited.
If you ever want to be a part of videos, we try to ask questions. We kind of have polls and things. You can follow the Instagram. That's where we do it. Yeah, that's pretty much the only place we do it. So follow the Instagram if you want the latest updates and you want to be involved in stuff like this.
So let's get to some questions from you all.
GFF21 asks, how is it decided who will do which assignment or who will go on which trips? This is a great question, especially because we have so many different things that we do. I make the schedule for the YouTube team, but I am not doing that alone, and I'm not only considering the YouTube team. AllEars is not just the YouTube channel. We also have a full blog as well as social media across the board. And we are working on all of that all the time. Even if we're working on the YouTube, we try to be helpful with the blog and social media. And a lot of times the blog or social media can be even more important than the YouTube video we're filming, such as with things like instant newsy stuff or the first nights of parties, things where people are looking for that information live on the internet immediately. We'll prioritize making sure that information gets to the blog and to social media, and also make our video, but we work a lot with the other departments on our team. So from a day-to-day perspective, who is in what video is often decided just by who's available in the schedule. When I'm making the schedule, I look at people's availability just like you would if you were making a schedule for a coffee shop, and I look at what videos I want filmed, and I schedule our team. For pretty much every video, anyone on our team is a good player for it as long as they live here in Orlando. Now, some concepts do lend themselves a little bit more to different people. For instance, Angie and Emma love talking about food and do the best job talking about food, so they often do the snack videos. Sage is an incredible host and great at the games, so you see Sage in a lot of the games. We also absolutely take into account what our team likes to do, so if somebody doesn't like doing the info-heavy videos, I'm probably not going to assign them to do a lot of the info-heavy videos. Whereas if someone does like to do the info-heavy videos, the history-focused videos like Breedlove, they're going to do more of those videos. So outside of trips that are won in some of our challenges, which is one thing, if you win a trip, you go on the trip, of course, like with Emma winning the Paris trip in Last to Leave. The decision for most of our trips is actually not decided by the AllEars YouTube team at all. The AllEars YouTube team is very lucky that we get to go because we can make a YouTube video out of it, but what's actually needed on the bigger trips, particularly international trips or newsy trips like Tokyo, is reporting chops. That means typically it is a YouTube person so that they can film the YouTube video, but it also means that we need the folks who are most trained in being reporters and in social media, who can create the most content and have the most experience creating that content. Though these trips are very fun, they're also extremely difficult, and we actually have team members who will opt out of them because they are so difficult. It is a lot to gather all of the content that is needed for social media, for the websites, and for the videos. So across the board, they're very, very hard. They're very tiring. We typically don't get a lot of sleep. They're extremely high stress. But we try to make sure that everybody gets to do some of the fun stuff. It's just that the bigger trips, though fun and incredible experiences, are more about how hard the work is and how much we need to get out of those trips.
Pipster721 asks, how do I join the AllEars team? Are you all hiring? And the answer is yes, we're always looking for talent. We're always looking for people that are inspired to work or report or write or maybe be creative. So we've got different avenues for different folks. So if you're interested in working with us here at AllEars, there is an application on our website. And like I said, we're always taking applications. Just scroll through all of the job descriptions, find the ones that you think might fit you best, and send in those applications and resumes.
The first question I'm answering is from Hoovian Chris. What were some of your favorite videos to make that you wish more people viewed? That one's a hard question because we do so many videos. I have my favorites. We have ones that we lose track of. For me, weirdly, when Quincy and I did every single Disney roller coaster in one day in the US, so we did Disneyland and Disney World, I loved that. And it just did not do as well as we had hoped. I guess you guys just didn't see that one. So I wish more people viewed that one. because I really had a great time with it. So maybe that's my one.
Okay, this question says, how many days a week do you film? And if so, how long? How many hours are you filming? And really, it depends on the kind of video we're doing or how many people is involved in said video. What kind of video is this? Is it like a story-driven video, or is it more of just like an informational video where we're just giving tips and tricks? It really just depends. So I'll start off by saying, typically, there is someone, whether it be myself or Quincy or Emma or Breedlove or Miranda or Angie, there is someone in the park at minimum 6 days a week, sometimes 7. We have reporters in there 7 days a week, but as far as filming team, there's 5 to 6 days a week, someone is in the park. Myself, I'm typically there, I want to say 4 days a week. It makes the most sense because one day is reserved for, you know, the creative stuff and the writing for the next videos and giving, you know, watching first cuts of different videos from our incredible editors. Now, when it comes to how many hours, so when we shoot something like I would say a regular video, but I'll say a constant video, something that you'll see a lot on the channel, like our Game Masters. Game Masters maybe take 2 to 3 hours to shoot, depending on how difficult the tasks are. So we know that if we're doing a Game Master, we might be able to do a different video that day. Perfect days, obviously, those are going to be our longest days. Now, those are some of our most fun days because we're just enjoying ourselves, we're chatting with each other, we're laughing, we're just riding rides and, you know, vibing out. But those are definitely 8 in the morning to, you know, whenever the park closes, whether it be 9 or 10 or 11, whatever happening is with park hours. But for big story-driven videos, those can sometimes take up to days. When we do like capture the flag, which, you know, that's a big, I could say story, but I would say that's a big, like almost like reality TV show kind of scenario. When we did Survivor, the Amazing Race is coming up. Can I say that? Oh, I don't know. The big reality TV style shows, they can take up to days. I think the longest one we did took up to 4 days to shoot.
Okay, from CRFUCHS7, I don't know how to pronounce that. How come Emma won a trip to Paris and now has to earn Quincy and Fry's trip for them? I don't have to do that, actually. It's just something that we had talked about because I didn't want to go to Paris alone. I wanted my friends to come. I thought it would be a really fun series on the channel. And I love the Everything series. It's like probably my favorite thing we've ever done outside of big travel. I feel so passionately about it because it's just vibey. I think we do a lot of games and we do a lot of stuff that's like really high intensity and who's gonna do this the fastest and the quickest or who's gonna do the most. And that is all so much fun. Also, as someone who is team anxiety forever, I just love a day that I know I get to go and just experience really nice things and I don't have to worry about competition and I get to just have a good time and have an even better time when my friends are there. So I didn't have to do this. I just wanted to, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to hopefully go to Paris with my friends as well. So lots of reasons I want to do it, and now I get to just do something I really love every day, pretty much. So it's a good time.
Aha! A question that I've gotten a lot this year. Where are you? Where is Fry Bucket? Let me let you in a little secret. It's actually not a secret, okay? The entire time that I've had this job, I've lived in Texas. So in 2023, when there are videos of me popping up every single week on the YouTube, it's because I went to Disney World every month for a whole year. And I would film 10 plus videos in a week, and that got very tiring. So I haven't gone as much this year. Like I said, I went to Disney World 3 times this year, which is crazy, and I haven't been since May. But I am still here. I am still on the team. I have not gone anywhere. I'm actually behind the YouTube account more than anybody else. So replying to comments, I'm in the live chats every Tuesday and Saturday. I'm scheduling the videos. I'm making sure things are good on the post-production end, making sure things get up and get watched and all of that. So I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere.
From Have You Read a Book Today? how much scripting is involved in your videos versus just shot lists. So some videos, especially those that are very information heavy, can be scripted, but for the most part, we just have bullet points that touch up on things that we're gonna specifically talk about or places we're gonna go to, just for us to have in mind when we are filming that day. We don't really do full-on scripts of dialogue or anything like that. We just like to have an organized list of the things that we wanna accomplish, do, and say for that specific video.
From Raya Klein, I think I'm saying that right. How many hours do you guys work a week, both in the park and at home? That one, it really depends. We always aim for 40 hours a week because this is our normal real job. This is our 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. But we do have to be really flexible. So that's why I say it really depends. For me, I'm in the parks almost every single day. I don't have as much at-home work, and what I do, I typically, honestly, I will work on my phone while I wait in lines or while I wait in between shows or events. So my 40 hours are spent in Disney World, truly. It differs a little bit for people like Quincy, who is in a leadership position. She is at home more probably than the rest of us, but then it depends. There's weeks that she's out more than us, because sometimes we have open to close videos.
My next question comes from actually quite a few of you all, so I'm going to kind of paraphrase it here. And that question is approximately how many people do you guys have on the YouTube team? And this is going to include any kind of editors or people that might work behind the scenes. And well, actually the number might surprise you. We're kind of quite small. There's about a dozen or so of us, but as you can see, and you've probably heard us talk about in videos or on socials, just being here for AllEars YouTube isn't our only job. There are several of us, actually all of us, that have jobs inside AllEars that doesn't pertain to just filming. I myself am a writer and reporter, so you can find myself writing some of the blogs. You can see a lot of our work on socials and some of the YouTube videos, just taking some extra shots to help everybody out, and then finding things out in the park. But we do have writers, we've got editors, we've got lots of helping hands with graphic design that are amazing. So you can imagine that there's several of us, but we don't just have a job specific to filming in the parks and then go home. We've got lots of other things to do within the AllEars crew.
Okay, another good question. How long does it take you all to plan/prep for videos? That depends on the video. So for something that is big, like Last to Leave or Capture the Flag or Trader, one of our big heavy challenge videos, that takes a lot of prep work, a lot of planning ahead of time. Number one, because if it's a big video, we're probably flying people in, which means me and RJ and maybe some DFB friends, so you have to figure out logistics for all of that. You have to figure out the best schedule that everything is going to work, especially when we're all together in the parks for a limited amount of time, like a week. Other videos don't take as much. A lot of the times, on an average basis, we make our shot lists 1 week before we film a video. So depending on what kind of video it is, a shot list for a restaurant review can maybe take half an hour. But a shot list for a resort might take a little bit longer because you want to hit every single part of the resort, look up prices of the rooms, find the cheapest day, find the most expensive day, because that is information that matters. So some shot lists take more research for things like that.
Why are y'all giving me this question? What is that? What are y'all trying to say? Okay. When you do drinking videos, do you stay overnight or who drives home? Typically, as a local, you know, obviously when Fry Bucket is in town or RJ or something like that, they do have overnight accommodations and they will go to those. But for Quincy, myself, Emma, Angie, all that jazz, when we are drinking, typically we use Lyft. I definitely don't drive home. We also all have significant others that will likely drop us off and pick us up. They're very kind, but we never, ever, ever drink and drive. That's a huge part of it's like our own like kind of company policy. Like, hey, if we're doing a drinking around the world video, if we're doing a perfect day video and we know we're gonna have a couple drinks, that's the day we will Uber. That's the day we, you know, when we did our drinking around the world video with Emma, you know, Emma, you know, she decided she wanted to opt out of drinking around the world and eat around the world. So she was our DD that day, our designated driver that day. We never, ever drink and drive. Now there are also some times that Quincy will have overnight accommodations, but it's typically ride share or we have our friends and family come pick us up from those videos. But always safe. If you're gonna have fun, drink responsibly, my friends.
GFF21 said, can your family or friends go with you on filming days when you are filming solo or not with a group? I've brought family with me. It is a tricky thing because you have to ask your family or friends to step to the side and let you start talking into your phone. Sometimes that happens quickly because something comes up and you need to capture it, and it can be a little bit awkward. But as long as your family or friend doesn't mind the fact that you may be jumping into a filming moment and doesn't mind if you ask them to step to the side so you can grab a shot of something, and they're cool with sort of just hanging out and going with the flow, then the answer is yes, we are allowed to do that. My Uncle Graham was here visiting me from California recently, and he came along with me, and we did have a fun day. There were some parts where he decided to split off and ride a ride or have some food or take a rest. I went to Animal Kingdom, he stayed in Magic Kingdom and did some things. So it's not an ideal situation for a hangout. It might be illuminating for your family and friends to see you do work like this because they really do see how hard you work and how much goes into making a video. But in terms of being allowed to, the answer is yes. We've just got to have all of those perfect conditions in place to make sure that we can get our job done, because that's the number one. We've got to bring the content to you. It's the whole point of us being in the parks every single day.
Angelo Petrelli 13 asks, which videos are your favorite to make? I have my hunches for each one of you. I love making a lot of our videos. They're very, very fun. My absolute favorite videos to make are cruise videos. I think that it is so fun being at sea. So I really love the cruise videos, but from a day-to-day basis, my favorite videos to make are Game Masters. I really love that game. I think it is so fun. And that video actually films, you don't see this, but it films typically in just 2-ish hours, which means we can film very quickly, and you see most of what happens in a Game Master in the Game Master. Where in things like A Perfect Day, we're doing a lot of time-consuming things that you're seeing cut down to 20 seconds in the video, and it just feels a little less like all-encompassing when it's done. So Game Masters are definitely a favorite for me.
For sure, I love the Everything series. It is so much fun. I love it most when I have my friends with me. I think that those videos are more fun for me and they're more fun for you guys. We're sillier. I'm not as good at joking by myself. I'm more matter of fact when I'm alone because, I don't know, I'm a riffer. I'm not like a stand-up comic. So I love those when my friends are with me the most. I love, and I'm so privileged to do a lot of the travel videos. Those will always be my number ones. I have done so many things I never thought I would do in my life, and there's just such a privilege I have that I get to do those, and I'm so grateful for those. So those are my number ones and my favorites.
Honestly, any kind of video where there are comments where people will say, this was a great video, it feels like y'all were just vibing, hanging out, being friends, having fun, those are my favorite kind of videos.
Angelo, I love making the hide and seek videos. I think if that's all we made, I would get a little worn out with the costumes and the hiding, the stress. But in general, those are so fun, and it's really fun to work with everybody. But I also love the tips videos, coming up with new tips for you guys and going around the parks and filming the videos, explaining them. That, I think, is the true bread and butter of what we do here at AllEars. And truly, the reason that I wanted to get into this work is to help other people have a perfect vacation in Walt Disney World.
I haven't done too many videos yet, but my favorites have been the perfect days. I love it because I get to spend time with the rest of the team. I get to know everyone a little bit more, make those in-person connections, and they just feel really special and fun. We get to partake in all these really nice experiences and memories, like going on attractions, eating together, getting to know each other. It's just really, really great, and I'm always grateful for those filming days.
Woo! Okay, so my favorite videos to make are the ones where I get to see everybody. When I get a chance to be included in the group and get a chance away from my reporting and writing duties, it's like a fun family reunion. Just getting to get together, see your friends, have some fun, create some cool Disney content, get more information that might be helpful or useful to you in either planning your vacation or being able to show you a different aspect of Disney outside of just the rides and the parades and the fireworks.
Definitely the narrative-driven ones, the ones that feel like you're watching a TV show or reality show, the ones that feel like we're making just like a good movie instead of like a vlog. You know what I mean? Which again, I love our perfect days. I love our vlogs because we just have a good time filming that. We laugh the absolute hardest, but there's something about watching our hard work like kind of become like a fun little piece of art that we feel proud of.
Where do you like to vacation when you have time off? Fun. Okay, so I don't take vacations a ton. Most of the time when I take vacations, I go to visit my parents in South Carolina. They have a really amazing house on a lake, and so I like to go sit on their couch in front of their fireplace or sit on their dock in front of their lake.
This year, for all of my vacation time, I have been in my friends' weddings. So Tennessee, I go to Tennessee a lot. I don't think I've taken a vacation outside of Tennessee this year.
I took one vacation with my family this year for spring break. We went skiing in Colorado in March, and it was great. It was my first time skiing. First day I cried. Third day, had it down. So, loved it. That was super fun. Not my favorite vacation, but something that I'll do every now and then. The other place I went on vacation this year was Disneyland in California. So I am a Disney adult.
In terms of like getting on a plane and flying someplace, I'll split it up between the two sides of my family. On my mom's side, I love to go to Southern Illinois and visit my grandma Bessie. That is something that just brings never-ending joy to me. Hanging out with her, talking with her about the old days and hearing stories about her youth and stories about my grandpa always makes me so happy. But also I love going to California and also Oregon. My family has a tradition of vacationing every summer on the Oregon coast at a cabin my great grandfather built in 1918. And we go up there and have this total blast from the past. Literally, it's like a museum, and live like the olden days on a beautiful Oregon coastline in a town called Rockaway Beach.
Ooh, this one's kind of funny because before joining the team, my vacation has always been Disney World. I have traveled to Europe and that was absolutely beautiful. I went to France and Italy and that was great. I've also been to Dominican Republic, but I'd say my favorite vacation spot is now going back home to Miami because I get to spend time with my family and friends and get to revisit those places that I used to love going to. And it's become a vacation because once I go, I'm just relaxing, enjoying my time, doing all the little things that used to make me happy. So maybe a bit of a boring answer, but I like going back home to Miami. That's what I would say is a really nice vacation for me now.
If you didn't know, our family, because we're so close here to Disney World, Universal, while we're there during the week, our vacation time is actually really kind of precious to us. So because we're there in the theme park so often, we've really had a pickup in cruising. So my family and I like to go cruising. My husband and I like to get away for a couple days every once in a while, away from our kids. And that's been really fun, just to be able to offer them kind of a different aspect and kind of lay low. I'm not one to do like normal R&R, rest and relaxation, just like sit out by the pool with a book in hand. I like to be on the go, which is where I didn't figure that cruising would be something that I would enjoy because I felt like it was going to be too relaxed for me. But I'm quickly finding out that even outside of like Disney Cruise Line, maybe Royal Caribbean, Carnival, all those kinds of other cruises, I'm swiftly picking up that there's quite a bit to do on those cruise ships, and we've really enjoyed that lately.
Typically when I vacation, I like to go somewhere. I prefer it to be tropical. I want to be on a beach chair and I want to be served drinks by a pool. I don't want to get in the beach. I'm a pool guy, not a beach guy. I want to see the beach, but I want to sit by the pool and I want to get in the pool. In fact, I actually just want to be in the pool being served drinks. I like to be submerged with a drink with maybe I don't know, with people chatting and I don't know. But I need to feel relaxation. And typically it takes me a couple days. Like I'm like, by day 3, by the end of day 3, I'm like, okay, now I'm in vacation mode. Because you know, you work so hard and then all of a sudden it takes you a second to wind down. I'm a work hard, play hard kind of guy. So if I'm gonna go on vacation, I also like it to be longer. I gotta get like a 10-day stint somewhere, you know, so that way I have 3 days to definitely cool down. They're trying to play with my kid, and my in-laws going, happy, happy, happy.
Fry Bucket's real first name. Yeah. No.
Ooh, Fry Bucket's real name.
Is her name still really a secret? Like, you guys haven't figured out what her real name is yet?
She wouldn't want me to tell you. But I'm going to, because it's Friendsgiving.
Fry Bucket's real name is Ariel.
Early 2024, we said, hey, we're gonna give our viewers a riddle. And so we tasked the editors with coming up with little Easter eggs in one video a week. Every video a week since 2024 started, there's one video a week where you can find her name hidden within a video.
Fry Bucket's real name is Ariel. And I think that I've told you enough. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Fry Bucket's real first name is Waffle. Waffle Fry Bucket.
Is small. Fry is her middle name. Fry's legal name is Small Fry Bucket.
Start watching from January 1st of 2024 and just look, and you're gonna have to watch every video and just look for those Easter eggs. We've been pretty clear about what her name is in those Easter eggs.
It's Lucinda. And because it's just so long, we just shorten it to Fry.
Winston, do you know Fry Bucket's real name? He said, who is Fry Bucket? I don't know who that is. That is the voice that I use for Winston. We're just dropping all kinds of lore here today.
You guys really want to know this, and it's really exciting that I get to be the one to say that her real name is...
One video a week. I can't tell you which video, but one video a week. It says her name in that video, and then the next week you gotta find out which video it is, but it says her name again. We're really trying to put it out there so that way we can reveal the secret to you guys.
This year, it got really hot. It got into the mid-90s in April. And most of our jobs are walking around outside for many, many miles. So 12.1 or 13.1 might have been the max of the year. I think 13.1 was my reporting walk max. But that doesn't mean that we're not out a lot the rest of the days. I would say the average is somewhere between 6 and 9 miles a day. So we're walking in the heat and it's baking our brains and making us a little funny. And here are some outtakes of some times where the heat might have gotten the best or the better of us.
Hey, listen, every clip is amazing.
Our editor's sitting in this chair like, no, it is not.
No, it is not.
No, it is not.
We represent the Lollipop Guild.
I'm Crumbolino!
Helping.
Look at each other.
It's a shootout.
All right, everybody. Wait, they're both on me.
Yeah, yeah. This is a hold-up. Stick them up.
Stomps.
I think we won. Did we just win the game? I don't know. I'll check the rules.
We had lunch. Sage is taking a selfie. Oh. And I ate too much and I feel sick.
Is your daughter being crazy too? Man, I get it.
Don't make me eat alone. Don't make me eat alone.
I'm never gonna dance again. I cannot tell you why that's stuck in my head, but it's like really in there.
Angie? Angie? Guys, Goofy just spun me around like a princess, so Who's the real winner here today?
That's okay. Someone just shot me in the ear.
Hey, can I wait, before you go, can I tell you my theory?
Yeah.
I think Elsa is dead. No, hear me out. Dad stuff, am I right?
You look like you know what you're doing more than me, and I'm scared and I don't know what to do.
Taco Bell and friendship. That's how I pay Quincy for everything, actually. Just get the girls some nacho fries.
Listen, I would do a lot of things for nacho fries.
Two muscular dads hanging out. Yeah.
So Jason Drula. Lordy, Emma's turning 40.
No, she's not.
No, she's... Hey, me?
I just got her space for right now. This is 5 hours earlier than it was. My hands are shaking. I haven't left the couch. It's been hours. I know.
It's a pumpkin spice chai latte. Non-fat, with just a splash of heavy cream.
Did you guys
Think of the bagel, man. You saw the man with a bagel.
Mr. Sandman, bring me some sand.
I've been recording this whole time. We haven't done anything in 10 minutes. I've been just sitting recording it.
That's show business, baby.
Thank you for coming to our behind the scenes Friendsgiving, but really the reason we want you here is because we want to thank you.
When I see people in the park, I always end up saying, like, thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't watch, we can't do it. And that is true. You guys are the reason we get to do this. And the fact that you find what we create fun or funny or entertaining or useful or whatever is just very humbling, and I'm very appreciative of that. So thank you guys so much for an awesome year together.
Every time I go to the parks, you guys are incredibly sweet to me. The kind friendship bracelets you give, the sweet gifts, even just the kind words and telling us your stories about whether or not this has helped you through a time or helped you to save a little bit of money.
Thank you all so much for watching us every single day, every single week, for just now finding us and tuning in. We cannot thank you enough. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season. We hope you've enjoyed all the content we've been able to put out to you, all the videos, all the fun, all the laughs, all the tears, all the literal blood that Quincy has bled over several videos to make our videos worth it and of value to you. We hope that you are finding that value. You're able to help plan your trips maybe a little bit more easily, or understand some of these bigger concepts that Disney's put out recently, and that it's been helpful to you in at least one way, if not maybe more.
Thank you. We have the coolest jobs ever, and that is because of you. And we will continue to make you the best Disney content, to give you all the best tips and tricks so that you can also have a wonderful time in any Disney park.
We are so thankful for, every time you stop us in the parks and talk to us. We love hearing from you. We are thankful for every comment. Thank you for, getting up early and going to the live streams. Thank you for coming to the chat and chatting with us as we watch and premiere videos. Everything that you guys do and have done is why we do what we do. So thank you. We love you so much.
I give thanks for our viewers every single day, because you are so generous in your support, both in watching the videos, but also saying hello and giving us love in the parks. It's what keeps me going personally. I am fueled by your support.
You're the reason we get to do what we do. And I hope you stick around. We've got a couple more fun little videos through the end of the year to celebrate the community we have here at AllEars. But yeah, love you guys. Really, really grateful for you. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe.
And now go watch us play Capture the Flag in Disney World. We will all see you there.